Today we're going to tie up a pheasant tail Frenchie. Pretty effective fly pattern. Let's throw a hook in the vise. For the hook on this guy, fully milled jig force short, size 16. For the bead, we got a 3.3 millimeter black nickel slotted tungsten bead from Tactical Fly Fishing. For the thread, we're going to get started with some UTC 70 denier and brown olive. Take that down to about the hook point. That's where I like to start my tail. For a tail, this is going to be coq de leon. You want to strip about 5 or 6 fibers away from that. And we want the tail to be about the length of the body. Take that down to about where you imagine the barb would be on the hook. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and attach our wire. For wire, we have UTC wire and brassy, color is copper. So we'll go ahead and attach that, the back of the fly here. Tuck one into the bead. Get that started on the back of the fly. Okay, and then we're going to strip away some pheasant tail fibers. This is the color natural. We're going to take about 6 fibers off of this. Go ahead and tie these in. Take that all the way back up to the bead. Okay, now when we get back up here, we're going to want to make a slight taper. Okay, once we get that about where we want it, go ahead and throw in a few whip finishes. I'm going to bring my bobbin cradle around. I like to use the rotary function when working with pheasant tails. It just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and get them started with my hand first, just to make sure the first turn goes exactly where I want it. Now we'll just take it all the way up to the bead. Once we get where we want, take our thread off the bobbin cradle. Go ahead and capture those, get this guy out of the way. Take one more tie behind it just to make sure I got it. Now we're going to rib our fly with the copper wire. I like to have about 4 to 5 ribs on my fly. And for the dubbing on this guy, we're going to go with ice dub in the color golden brown. You just need a pinch of the dubbing. It doesn't have to be too much. Just a little wisp. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put our dubbing collar on this guy. I'm going to go ahead and whip finish my olive thread right there. Set that free, and I like to put a hot spot on this guy. For the hot spot, I'm going to use UTC 70 denier and fluorescent fire orange. Capture that a few times. So I get that captured in, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of super glue to that. Got a couple wraps there. And now I'm going to go ahead and do a few whip finishes. Go ahead and trim some of this excess I left on here. And there you have it. Simple Frenchie. I fished these from a size 16 down to a size 22. 3.3 millimeter bead all the way down to a 2 millimeter bead. Spin some up and give them a try. They're pretty effective wherever you find betas in your water. Hope you guys like it. Stay tuned for more. Peace.